Hey there, this is Jason Tagler. Welcome to Pitch Creator. I'm excited to be teaching this mini course. It covers an important topic relative to your success at pitching investors and raising capital for your business. If you search for how to pitch investors on the internet, on Amazon, you'll find a lot of information on the slide deck. But the slide deck isn't that important relative to the README pitch. In this mini course, we'll explain why. But the topic of the README pitch and why it's actually more important than the slide deck is not something we've seen discussed anywhere else. So in this mini course, we're also going to be revealing some insider secrets. In this course, we will cover 1, what's the README pitch? 2, why is it more important than the slide deck? That's the title of the course, so you better hope we cover that. And 3, how can you create a README pitch? So let's start with what the heck is the README pitch. We also call the README pitch an investment summary. It's like an executive summary, but it's designed specifically for investors who might be interested in your company. You can think of the investment summary as a highly distilled business plan. A business plan is a roadmap for operating the business. It's usually long, it's detailed. The decision to create a business plan is up to you and your team, because it's something you'll use internally when you're operating the business day to day. In contrast, your investment summary or README pitch is a marketing tool designed specifically for investors. If you need to raise capital, creating an investment summary will improve your fundraising success rate. Your investment summary is the pieces of the business plan that investors care the most about, in the order that makes sense to investors, and in a format that's very easy for them to scan and understand quickly. The purpose of your investment summary or your README pitch is to have enough detail that it can stand alone, meaning that it can be read by an investor and you don't need to be there to verbally support it. In contrast, your slide deck, which we also call the listen to me pitch, will have much less detail because it's designed to support your verbal presentation to investors, but not have too much detail where it's actually distracting them. The investment summary is intended to be emailed to the investor audience before your verbal presentation and/or printed for your investor audience. Now let's cover the first reason why a README pitch is more important than a slide deck when you are pitching investors. And the answer is very simple. The README pitch is needed before the slide deck in the fundraising process. So let's take a closer look at that. This slide shows the different phases of fundraising and all the documents you could potentially need across the bottom on the x-axis. The different deliverables that you need and the order that you need them. On the left, the y-axis is investor interest. And if you're fundraising, your goal is to increase investor interest over time till you get to closing, which is when you get funded. You'll see that the README pitch or the investment summary comes before the listen to me pitch, which is the slide deck. If you send the investor your README pitch and that piques their interest, then they might be interested in the next step, which is usually to meet with you in person so you can actually deliver your listen to me pitch using your slide deck. If you don't have a strong README pitch or a strong investment summary, you're probably missing opportunities to make it to that next step. This is the very simple reason why a README pitch is more important than a slide deck. But wait, there's more. There's a second reason. Actually, there's a third reason as well. But the README pitch or investment summary is an outline of your talking points that are most important to investors. This outline of your talking points has multiple benefits to both you and investors. So let's take a couple slides to dig into that. The benefits to you are all about efficiency. The first benefit to you is by writing down the concepts that are most important to investors, it forces you to really think about them in detail, to make sure you're not missing anything. If you are missing anything, you can make changes before moving on. The second benefit to you is what you write in your investment summary becomes the talking points for each slide in your slide deck. It is effectively an outline for your slide deck. And then the third benefit is you can easily review the details of your investment summary with your advisors, mentors, instructors. This allows you to solidify your ideas before spending the time to create the slides, which can be incredibly time consuming. By the time you actually get to the slide deck, you'll be focusing on graphically pleasing slides that support your talking points, and your talking points will be really solid. This last concept is such an important one because we've seen many entrepreneurs, particularly first-time entrepreneurs, jump right into the slides and waste a lot of time creating slides that need to be redone or probably even thrown out completely because they're still iterating towards a final pitch. If they had started with an investment summary, solidified their ideas, discussed them with their mentors and advisors, and then used that final outline of their talking points to create their slide deck, it would have been much more of an overall efficient process for them. The format of the investment summary also has some benefits to investors. They're all about speed. Venture capitalists, on average, spend 3 minutes and 44 seconds reviewing a pitch, according to an article posted on TechCrunch. As discussed earlier, the investment summary is the pieces of the business plan investors care most about in an order that makes sense to investors in a format that's very easy for them to scan and understand quickly. By using an investment summary as your README pitch, you can easily convey information to investors that's important to them to make a decision in under 3 minutes and 44 seconds. If you send them their slide deck, which isn't designed to be read and scanned quickly, there's a much lower chance the investor will be able to get all that information they need in that time frame. So that concludes part 1 of 3. But wait, there's more. In the next lesson, we'll cover the third reason why a README pitch is more important than a slide deck when you're pitching investors. The material in the next section is probably my favorite to teach because it's so important to your success in fundraising, but very few people we work with are aware of this material. So you'll definitely want to check it out. See you soon.